Hello, my name is Samar, or else I go by Sam, or first time panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. This will be an update for my old new gifted blue project pan. I almost said old new borrowed blue. I took a nap earlier and then my hair was messy, but I didn't feel like redoing it. So I just put in these little, Christmas antler ears. They have bells in them. Can you hear that? I decided I may as well pop in my candy cane swirl earrings because even though I'm wearing a sweater that says Los Angeles and it's in the 60s where I am, it's the most wonderful time of the year. But I'm just gonna start the update because I never will if I don't buckle down. But this will be my final update for the year. So I was really trying to wrap some things up, which will kind of be the theme for this update. But I'll start with my old item, which is still here. It's still kicking. This is my Tony Moly Blueberry Lip Balm. This is how much I have left. There's only just like a tiny bit. I think this would only take me like about a week to get through because I'll probably start wearing this to bed again. I just hate because this like actually has color to it. It is pink. I hate when I get lip balm, like my lip masks that I wear to bed, when I get them on my pillowcases. But I'll just like, I guess, use some ratty old pillowcases I don't really mind staining. And start using this at night, keep using it in the morning. I've been wearing so many of these like pink purple berry looks because of the palette that I'm panning, which I actually have. I'm wearing it right now, so I'm not gonna actually pull it up, you can see it, but it's the berries from Dose of Colors. So every time I wear it, which is almost every day for the past few weeks, I've been wearing this just like as my lip color for the day. So I mean, I can't bring this to work and like reapply, but I get an extra use out of it every day. So I am really getting through this, and I'm pretty sure this will be done by the end of the year, but it definitely was not done by this update. My new item, as always, was an eyeshadow palette, and this is the Huda Beauty, what is this? I always want to say Naughty Nude. This is the Nude Obsessions, I don't really know, medium palette. And it's just one of her 9 pans. This is the only one of her 9 pans that I own, but I've actually, I mean, like, I guess I'm supposed to talk about it in this video. I really liked using this. I brought this, if you watched my travel makeup bag vlog, this was the palette that I brought with me for that entire trip. So I did get a lot of use out of this, and then even when I came back home, I used it 1 or 2 more times after. So I pretty much use like every combination of shades you can think of, and I do really like this. I will say this is a bit like slightly more limited than I thought going into bringing this on my trip. I still really loved it, and it was a very, very good palette to have. I brought this and then one other eyeshadow palette with me, and I was able to get like all of the looks that I wanted out of those two together. But this one, just pretty much every shade except for I think this pink, or this like purple, which is like, it has pink in it as well. Every other shade leans slightly warm, so it was difficult to do something like different. All of my looks ended up looking like pretty much the same 2 looks over and over again. I mean, I could tell the difference, but I feel like if you weren't like really into makeup, or if you weren't really scrutinizing the eyeshadow looks, you would probably think I was like, I'm sure I was visiting my dad. I'm sure he thought I was doing the exact same thing every day. Also, this brown does not get, my neighbors are vacuuming again. They vacuum like multiple times a week, which is good for them. I vacuum like, I mean, I have hardwood floors now, so it's not that big of a deal, but I vacuum like once a month. But as I was saying, this does not get as deep as I thought it would. So I did have like a deeper color in the other eyeshadow palette. I had a black eyeshadow, so that was fine on my trip, but that's just good to know. So like, I'm glad I had the other palette, but I feel like because I got so much use out of this, I really got to know this palette. So I know like its pros, its cons. The pros, let me tell you, this is so pretty. The shades are so easy to use and so blendable, which I'd heard a lot of bad things about the Huda smaller palettes, and at least for this eyeshadow palette, it's completely untrue. This has great quality, and the eyeshadows are very impactful for like a mainstream brand's eyeshadow palette that came out a while ago, before like super punchy eyeshadow was really a thing outside of like Pat McGrath. So yeah, pros and cons of this palette. Overall, I really enjoyed using it. And moving on from this prompt, my gifted item was this Kiehl's Ultra Facial Barrier Hydrating Cleanser, the cream to foam version. The product before this was like the original one, and my goal was to finish this, which I did, as you can see. What is this? Oh, it's a piece of my coaster that keeps flaking off. I did really like this. This was a really good face wash, but I would not buy it because the last one of these, like the original one, took me 2 months to get through. I went through this in half the time. Because it's a cream to foam, it does eventually foam up, but you need to use double the amount of product for it to really do anything, like for it to actually suds up and like take, because I use a balm makeup remover, so I really need to like get a lather to get it off of my face. So yeah, for me this is not worth it. If you have very sensitive skin, maybe. I don't, so I can't really tell you either way. But I enjoyed using it for the entire month that I did. Then finally, a very big win, at least in my opinion, for the blue item. I had this, why is this wet? I had this on its side, I think. I hope it wasn't leaking, but this is the Mara Algae Enzyme Cleansing Oil. This was just like a super tiny mini, and even like there's a tiny bit left at the bottom, but it just does not pump out because the pump, I don't know if you can see, the pump does not even reach all the way to the bottom. But I've used absolutely everything out of this that I could. I actually really like this. I thought, because I've used different oils as makeup removers before, and I've always been kind of like, okay, it took my makeup off, but like literally any oil would do that because it's an oil. So I kind of went into this thinking that this was just like a free gift with purchase I got in the little Ulta goodie bag, which I've talked about so many times the past few days. Not a good idea for me to get those anymore, except for this, because I actually really did like this product. I'm talking too fast. But I felt like this actually did a really good job of like, as soon as the product hit my face, I could feel it. It wasn't like kind of just dragging like a thick oil would do, but it was like actually gliding across my face and like really like catching onto my pinky just cracked, really catching onto all the makeup. And then like I could see it working as I was like working it into my skin. And then this does emulsify a tiny bit. Like it starts when you like put water on it, it does that thing where it turns a bit white. And as soon as I would like kind of wash my face off with just water, almost all of it was gone. Like I did still go in with a face wash after, but I feel like a lot more of this came off than my makeup removing balms that I use, which like either way, it doesn't matter that much to me because I will always wash my face after using a makeup removing like oil or balm or something like that. But I thought this was a really good product, and I can actually see myself, once I finish all of the makeup removing products that I have in my collection now, I can see myself purchasing this. Moving on to my roll-ins, so I have to replace my new Gifted in Blue. For my new item, yes, I do have another eyeshadow palette, and it is the Cosmic Brushes Smolder palette. I'm so excited about this. This was definitely a palette that I was like, when I first saw this, this was not on my radar at all, and then a video popped up on my feed. I don't know how, because I had like never watched the creator before. I wasn't searching for anything like this or like anything with the brand, but this video popped up on my feed of this creator talking about the palette, and I just fell in love. I thought it was so beautiful. This is definitely not my typical color story. It's very cool tone, and I do like cool tones, but this has a lot of pinks and kind of like these gray tones, and it's just not usually my thing. But the swatches, there again vacuuming, the swatches just looked so beautiful. And the creator, if I can find the video, I'll link it. The creator just made really beautiful looks and went really in depth with the review. So I had to buy it. And I was also thinking about getting another palette from this brand, which I've already used No Pan Left Behind in the Office Project pan on my Instagram. That was the Undergrowth palette. Absolutely love that one. So I'm hoping that this one is the exact same quality, the same kind of like effect with the special shades, and I'm just really excited to use this. I also think that this palette and the tones in it will go really well with the season that we're in, because December, I feel like even though we're in kind of like winter, especially where I am, it's not winter or like even at all cold until sometimes not even at all in December. But I want to wear like these golds and stuff like that because of the holidays. But once it hits January, I like to wear those kind of dark, murky, deeper, kind of like gloomy colors to represent the winter that I do not get where I live. My gifted item will be another face wash. This one is just a tiny little baby though. This is the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta AHA BHA Daily Cleansing Gel. I really don't think this is going to take me more than a week to get through because there's so little, I mean, possibly, but there's so little product in here that I feel like it's possible I could get through this by the end of the year. I am starting, if you saw my planning to pan video, I also talked about the projects that I'm planning to do, and I am going to do one that's just dedicated to skincare. And I said I'm not going to pan any other minis until I get through all of the skincare that I featured in that video, because I've been neglecting my full sizes. But the year is not over yet, so I am going to see if I can get through. I mean, either way I'll finish it, but I am going to pan this little tiny baby that I think will not take me very long to use up at all. I did also finish the moisturizer that I wasn't like featuring it in a project, but I just like picked a moisturizer, a little mini to use just to finish up. Like, that's what normal people do. But anyway, I finished that one at the exact same time that I finished this face wash, so I was kind of in the market for a new one, and I figured I may as well do the same thing, use up one more mini before the new year starts. So for my blue item, I'm rolling in the Skin Fix Barrier Plus Triple Lipid Peptide Cream. This whole time I thought this was like a Sephora brand, but I actually don't think so because it's not called Sephora Collection. Anyway, I'm gonna roll this into finish. I also don't think this will take me longer than a week because I do use quite a lot of moisturizer because I put everything both on my face and my neck and like décolleté chest area, so I do go through moisturizers very quickly. So that's it for this project. I think everything except for the eyeshadow palette, because I'm trying to work on some eyeshadows before the end of the year. Other than that, I like feel like I could possibly finish all these products up by the end of the year, but if not, definitely by the next update. And then this will definitely be Use No Pan Left Behind my next update. So I think I'm gonna have my first refresh, like complete refresh, for the first time in a while for this project. So that's very exciting, and I'm gonna have to think about which products I'm rolling in next time because I can't roll in my skincare minis anymore, and fortunately I am running out of new eyeshadow palettes to put in. Also, all of my old stuff is like lip products, and I'm kind of planning a big undertaking for lip products in 2026, so we'll just have to see what I do. But anyway, that's next month. For now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I don't know when this video is going up, before or after Christmas, but either way, I hope you have or had, oh my god, that was really sad. I need to cut the cameras. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas, or whichever holiday you celebrate, or just a happy end of the year. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.